I had a picture taken February 4th of 2022 of a 351-pound man. All I saw was someone who was overweight, addicted to porn, addicted to alcohol, divorced, a failure as a husband, a failure as a father. My identity was that I was a piece of crap. I grew up going to church, and I would say that I knew Jesus, but I didn't want to fully follow him. There was always hidden sin in my life. I ended up getting married. I thought things were good. I thought our marriage was going really well, and what I was realizing that I thought was good in our marriage wasn't really, and I had put my wife above God. What it looked like is, she was here and he was here, but as it started to crumble because I didn't have any foundation here, as I just started turning to things to cope, alcohol, porn, and just treating her incredibly poorly, and I got asked to leave. I still remember, pulling away as my son's asleep, and it wasn't the wake-up call that I needed at the time, and I still remember coming out of one of the bars in East Wenatchee and throwing up in front of my car and then deciding to get behind the wheel, and I got home and there was a knock on my window as I was parking. It was a police officer, and I ended up getting arrested for a DUI. It was really at that point that I was at my rock bottom. I still didn't really know what to do. I just knew that I needed to get out and I needed help. So I reached out to a guy online and ended up joining a men's group. In this men's group, we had to write a one-year letter to ourselves, and bawling my way through it and not believing any words that were written in there. And at that point, I thought, I have to do this, and there's no way that this is going to be solved if I have to do it. I cannot get there on my own. And one Sunday, right as this men's group was ending, I remember the Lord very clearly saying that I needed a men's group in town. This was the first time I'd stepped in a church in at least a year. I went there, and I remember walking in and just, I couldn't control my emotions. I was a mess. Just said to the Lord that I surrender, and I just let it all go. Told him I'd do whatever he wanted me to do. Once I surrendered to the Lord, it was a shift on that day, in that the Lord said, you are mine, I have you. I'm gonna restore you to restore others, and you can walk in that. He's already made me new, that I'm already new, and so if I'm already changed, then I can walk into that every day. For so long in my life, I had believed lies about who I was, and I believe that that's really why he said to spend time with him every day, because as truth has come into my life every single day, and I've started to shift lies to truth, I've been able to live into who I've become. The Lord told me that this is who I was, and if he says it about me, then I can walk in it. December of that year, I chose to get baptized, and God had just revealed to me that there's a difference between accepting him and being surrendered to him. And this was my act of saying to the world that I was surrendered to the Lord and that I was going to walk with him. But he also shifted my beliefs and told me what I needed to do, that I also had to own up to the things that I had done and the mistakes that I had made. And the more vulnerable I've been with people, the more freedom he's brought. I used to think that if I had shared any of the things that I was hiding, that people would leave me, that God would leave me, that no one would be there. The more I've shared, the more vulnerable I've become, the more I've admitted my faults, the more God's shown up. And he's just highlighted how his power is made perfect in weakness. Today I know that I'm a new creation in Christ, and that the old is gone and the new has come. And I just want to say that if you're in that spot, if you're in the spot where I was, and that shame is holding on to you, that your story isn't over. It's never over. And he can do the same thing with you that he did with me, that my story is not unique, and that he wants to do that with you today. He wants to make you a new creation. That the old can be passed away and the new can come, and that you can walk into that today. So surrender and let it go.